cuts a lot of slack. He's forgotten a lot of things I've done and said. I've swore at him. I've called him out, and he's responded.
God has never let me get too far. He's always brought me back if I am going away from his path or direction for me. So
I feel looked after and protected in times of uncertainty.
Just the opportunities, the doors, the things that God has blessed me with and allowed me to have in my life, I think are a great example of his love. It's just the knowing that God has positive regard of me, irrespective of the condition or the state that I'm in. He always sees the best in me.
I just see the way where he's brought me from really difficult places in my life, and he's healed me. It just fills my heart, I just have a love passion thing for God because I know he has it for me.
There's nothing I can do to lose God's love. Nothing can separate me from his love. And God has really kind of revealed his love, usually through other believers, and coming and encouraging me through times in his presence where, he reaffirms that I am loved and I am accepted regardless of what I've done, and he draws me back to him.
For me personally, it's not gendered, so he's not necessarily male or female.
I think he's very much a mystery because we can't see it. He was just 100% man and he was 100% God. So when I think of God, I think of Jesus.
He's not vengeful. He's loving. He's not condemning. He builds up. And it's very easy to go with a picture that somebody else paints. And I always say, look, don't go by the person I say he is. Have a relationship with him.
God is powerful, he's mighty, he's loving, he's a just God, and he's redeemed me.
Whoever we say God is, whoever we see God as, that's probably the kind of person that we're going to become. Hey, I've always, I guess, called God God, which is a bit like calling my wife. It's like it's a title, isn't it? But actually, God says he has a name.
I think I grew up with this picture of God as disciplinarian, God on the throne, God kind of watching out to make sure you don't make any mistakes, and kind of being this authoritarian figure. I think as I've kind of grown and matured in life and as a believer, I think that God as Father, God as friend, just an intimacy with God, someone that we can be intimate with, who really cares. God.
Someone with a plan, someone who knows much better than I will ever know about timing and knowing what's right for you, knowing what's right for each of us.
I picture like a massive feast just prepared for you and God, and it's got all of your favorite things.
Good, he knows what's coming, and it means that it's something firm you can place it in, even if you are doing something that might be scary.
So that's how I think of God as Father, is that he holds the bigger picture in mind, whereas I might have like a childlike picture or mentality, and he has the bigger picture. So
how parents have this unconditional love for their children, so love with no conditions, with no boundaries.
He's like that dad you can always go back to, regardless of what you've said and done.
I remember I made a particularly costly mistake in our factory, and I remember being quite frightened about telling my dad about it. And when I went to him and I told him about it, he was just really merciful. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting him to be, but he was really gracious about it. And so I think sometimes that just draws parallels. And also becoming a father myself, I think has helped me to understand God as a father a bit more, as I want the best for my kids, not just to survive, but to thrive. I think it's made me see how, that's really his heart for us as a father.
I was lucky enough to have an earthly father who was just lovely daddy he was. So it's easy for me. I know not everybody's had that experience and be able to identify with God as their father because of difficulties in their past, in their life.
No matter what, there's somebody who's not going to let you down.